Great morning, grand rising, great day, buenos dias. How y'all doing? I hope you're well. I know you are. Y'all, it's been a couple days. I ain't even finna hold you. This sea moss been sitting in the refrigerator for a couple days. But here we're gonna be honest and truthful. And Relights, welcome to my channel. If you haven't already, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all of the things to get your girl in the algorithm. Y'all, I just woke up and I'm really trying to be productive today. Yesterday, I was super productive in the morning, which is typical of me, and then at night, I'm crashing because I like to go to bed, okay? I like to go to bed. So, I'm not going to say it's a bad thing, but I need to be productive for a longer period of time. So, I need to make sure I'm taking care of myself. So, what you see me doing now is taking my supplements. I am not sponsored, so I'm really not going to go through all of what I am taking. But what I will say is, it is bitters and it is soursop. That is what I'm taking. I'm about to drop a little chlorophyll in it. The chlorophyll helps with the taste to me as well. And then I just put a little bit of my filtered water in it. I mean, literally like a couple drops. Because I don't want to make it more volume than it has to be. So, yeah. I'm swishing this around. And I'm going to take it, y'all. A lot of people really say the taste is terrible. I don't know, I guess I've gotten used to it. Because it's not that bad to me. Y'all, I am drinking my Rise and Shine juice, my mental alertness juice, my clarity juice, my I don't know what I'm trying to say. I want to say stress relief juice. And the reason why I'm going to say stress relief juice is because this juice gives off a lot of, it triggers off a lot of things in the inside of us when supplementing our body with certain nutrients that it provides. And it really just makes us feel better. It really feels like it's hydrating your organs, your brain. You know, it makes you feel happier throughout the day. And so this is we'll call it my sunshine, my Rise and Shine. I really do love this juice. It's really good. If you're interested in the details of the juice, I will put it below. Y'all, I just say it makes me so happy when I'm putting things in my body that are pretty. I don't know why, but it does. And colorful. That's so good. You know how when people be drinking, you can hear them gulping? Ain't that annoying? Ain't that what I just did to y'all? Excuse me 1 second, y'all. I gotta get used to not walking on camera. Like, girl, sit it to the side. Sit it to the side. So, y'all, pretty much this is part 2 of our soursop video. You saw how to clean, not soursop, I'm sorry, the sea moss. The sea moss video, you saw how to clean the sea moss. And now you're about to see how I prepare my sea moss. And I'm going to tell you, each time I prepare my sea moss, it's unique because it depends on what I feel like my body is craving, or also the flavors that I want, that I'm craving. Pretty much, I feel like when you're craving a fruit or a vegetable, your body is craving it. And mine was pineapples and apples. I don't know if I want to mix the two or separate. I'm thinking I want to separate it. Do one pineapple sea moss and one apple sea moss. Now, y'all, sometimes I just do my sea moss plain. And to me, it just has like a neutral taste. It does kind of taste oceany at times, but if you really clean it well, it just really gives a neutral taste to me. When you add fruits and vegetables, I think it makes it more tolerable for people that can't take the texture or just need a taste. Because you know how sometimes when you're eating something, because of its texture or because it's new to you, or you know what it looked like before you made it, your brain just says, oh, this is something new, I don't want it, time out, it's nasty. So I think adding a fruit for people that are new to sea moss is I think that's key, okay? Because a lot of people can't get past the way it looks and feels, okay? Especially if you're a texture person. But I want to tell you, if you are a person that can eat applesauce, and you can make the consistency of your sea moss, it's up to you, the consistency that you make, you know, your sea moss. You can make it thicker or thinner. You can make it, you can add more water to it or not. For me, I like a thick sea moss because I want the actual sea moss. I want to take a tablespoon of it and I want to get all those nutrients. I don't want it watered down. When I'm adding fruit, I kind of like it like an applesauce consistency. I don't know, it just makes it fun for me. But normally I like a thick sea moss. A lot of people cannot swallow like a thick consistency. So in this video, I am going to make it more of a applesauce consistency because it is good that way. And I also find that when you make it that way, like, children probably could tolerate it better as well. So right now I just have a blender. I should have got a bigger blender, but I just grabbed the closest blender, something convenient for me. I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer. You're not going to see me, but I'm going to talk you through the process. It's not going to be a lengthy video. I'm just going to show you how to prepare it. I'm going to taste it, and then, you know, that'll be the end of the video. You'll have a great, you will have learned a great skill, or not even just a skill, because people, well, it is a skill because people are actually selling sea moss, flavored sea moss, and we're actually making ours naturally. I see a lot of people with colored sea moss, and a lot of that stuff is not natural, like adding all those colors and candy apple sea moss, fruit punch. To each his own. How I feel like, honestly, I feel like however you can tolerate it, tolerate it. But as far as me, I just want it as natural as possible, you know, so I don't want to add anything to it that's not natural in my mind. I know, you know, everybody has their own opinion. Anyway, I have my NutriBullet. We're going to get started. I'm going to lower you guys so that you can see my working station. Turn you around so I can see what I'm doing, what I'm showing you. Okay, so pretty much we have our sea moss and we have some pineapple. My pineapple was spotty. It had little spots like that. I don't really care about stuff like that. Like, I love fruit so much, y'all, that I let a lot of things pass when I eat it. Fruits and vegetables, that's the hard part. So I don't really want that. But I'm just gonna chunk it or dice it or cut it up into squares, however you prefer to say it, so that it'll be ready for me when I am getting ready to add it to my sea moss mixture. Okay, so let's taste it, honestly, because if this is not a sweet pineapple, it's not really going to be a point of adding it. Let's taste it. It's decent. It's good. So I'm just going to grab some sea moss. As you can see, after refrigerating it and soaking it in water, y'all, this is actually going to be probably too much. I'm going to have to freeze a lot, but that's okay because we'll have some for later. But I'm just going to add some sea moss. I don't want to overstuff it, and I think that's probably going to be as much as I can get in this particular batch. And we're just going to make it in small batches. I think it makes it taste better when you make it in small batches. Unless you have, you know, like the proper tools to make it in bigger batches. Like I have a bigger blender that I could use and make it in bigger batches, which I should probably do that, but I don't know. For some reason I just don't feel like it. We're just going to add a few pineapple to the top, and then I'm going to add some water. I'm going to add filtered water, but if you don't have filtered water, or sometimes if I'm away from home, I just use spring water. So I'm going to use spring water, and I'm going to pretty much cover this sea moss. As you can see, the spring, I'm going to cover it. And the reason why I'm going to cover it is because we have a lot of sea moss in there, and we're adding fruit. And remember, we want the applesauce consistency. I always like to add a little bit of lemon or lime. I think that this preserves the sea moss, but it's totally up to you. If you're taking it the way that you need to be taking it, you're going to get rid of it anyway. So let's see how this turns out. And really, that's what you have to do when you're making your sea moss. To play with the texture, you pretty much just have to test it. It's like trial and error. Okay, so we're gonna sit our things over here. Let's see our bullet. Take our sea moss. See, that made our sea moss very liquidy. Okay, that's not what we want. And so we're going to add more sea moss. Now, here we go. Let's see. We're going to add a little bit at a time because we are already adding the max. And I haven't done it in one of these in such a long time, so that consistency was way off. And you don't have to blend it as long, but okay. It's starting to thicken up. So what we're going to do is just keep adding sea moss. And what we might have to do is pour a little bit out. We're going to still use it. But in order to get it the consistency, see, this is why I say it's trial and error. Do you see how that is? We want it thicker than that. but it is starting to take on the consistency of applesauce. I think after this amount, it might take on the consistency of applesauce better. I just chose a small blender, so I can only do small batches. Okay, I really let it go that time because I really want a smooth applesauce taste. Normally, as you can see, it's starting to get that consistency of applesauce. Ooh! Y'all, when I tell y'all sea moss is so powerful that I'm finna scoop that back in there, it really is only me eating it. And then it might be my family, but I touch our food anyway. I continuously wash my hands. That's me washing my hands on the side. But I'm really liking this consistency. I'm going to add a little bit more sea moss and some more pineapple. And I think that will be my finished product. And hopefully my blender can take it, y'all. Ooh, it's coming out the side a little bit. Yes, perfect. Let me taste it. Y'all, in the meantime, I was chopping up apples. I don't know if y'all were able to see that. If y'all were able to see that, that's perfect because this is going to go in our next batch. Ooh, I got to be careful. I'm being a little careless with this knife. Y'all, please be careful when you use a knife. Okay. So we got apples flying everywhere. We don't really want them too small, but we're just gonna cut them into slices. And I'm just really trying to clean my area off. Like a clean cooking area. And I made a little mess, y'all. So let me clean this off a little bit. So that consistency is thick, like I like it. I love that for me. I'm gonna taste a little bit of it. Yeah. That's soursop. I mean, that's my, why I keep saying soursop? Yep. I actually feel like I could add more fruit, but because I don't have space, I think I'm just going to have a batch that's not as flavorful, but that is sea moss. So I'll just take it. I'll take our spatula and kind of guide it. And as you can see, as it's coming out, you can tell the consistency is just like an applesauce, which is how I love it. Okay, so that is full. Y'all, I usually put this in jars. But I cannot seem to find my jars, which is so weird. So right now, I think I put a little too much in there. Right now, I'm going to have to use these airtight containers. I'm going to have to use these airtight containers. And as you can see, that made us our sea moss. I think I have a little bit left in here. So we'll just keep it in here when we do our next batch. We'll add more of the sea moss. We're gonna add that liquid back in there. That's gonna, instead of adding more of the water, we're gonna add some apple, and we're gonna add some pineapple just because we have some left. Rinse our hands, keep washing those hands. Y'all, I feel like I'm making it look so messy, and I am making it, but it's not that messy. I don't know if I have enough liquid in it, y'all. Oh, or I forgot how to use the damn thing. I need some liquid, or it's not gonna turn on. Let's add just a little bit of liquid, which is our water. So you want to keep the sea moss as pure as possible. Okay, y'all, this is our second batch with our apples. We got like some apple pieces. I think it makes it look real autumny and pretty. We've already rinsed out of our glasses, and without tasting it, I'm just gonna go ahead and pour this in because we know that it is our rich sea moss and that it is good for us, so we're gonna eat it regardless. Y'all, these are not the best. That is good. That apple with that is really good. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this up. Maybe dump some more back in so that it has space. We definitely want this to be airtight so that it can last. And I'll wipe it down in a second. I did have this one where I can put the rest of this in. But honestly, I always like to keep the last little bit in there. And let's just go ahead and make some more. Y'all, see how much that makes? That sea moss stretches. When you start to soak it, it stretches. You know what we didn't add to our last batch that I like to add to all my batches is some lemon or lime. That's okay. last bit, I'll probably, honestly, I might freeze it. I might call my parents and see if they want some. If not, I might freeze it. I'm gonna add the water, same process. Y'all, so this is how much sea moss my batch made. This is a lot of sea moss. If you're only taking a tablespoon or two a day, this could last you for a while for one person. So I'm definitely going to share it with my family. I do like the pretty colors of the apple chunks, but I just hope that doesn't freak other people out when they are when they're partaking it, when they're having, I can't talk right now, when they're eating it. But y'all, this is a good amount, and I'm still cut, my head is still cut off. Can y'all see me? I look real dark, huh? Okay, there we go, come into the light. Ooh, yeah. There she go. Y'all, of course the camera cut off. Anyway, I just showed y'all how much I was able to produce in that little, what looks like a little amount of sea moss, the way it comes dried up like that. But I don't want y'all to get confused. Just take a little piece off if you're not going to eat it because you don't want to ruin it. It was time for me to make all of mine, so I'm going to share it with my family. I'm going to finish finding my jars. The best way to I think house this, I don't know why I can't think when I turn the camera on, the best way to store this sea moss is in a glass jar. So I have glass jar everything, so I'm going to store it in glass jars. I'm going to refrigerate it. Make sure you're keeping it refrigerated. And again, take a tablespoon or two a day. You know, I am not a doctor, but it is said that sea moss helps after post-recovery from surgeries, from even pre and post workouts, inflammation. It's an antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, so it helps with inflammation. It helps with a lot of different things, circulation, getting your lymphatic system moving. It's said to help have preventive properties for cancer and disease. I know for me, when I'm taking it, I release a lot of mucus, so I know it fights mucus, which causes a lot of disease. Just do your own research, but I am here to spread, healthier habits, and sea moss is definitely one of them that I picked up. My mom definitely really got me into it. Again, she has her own sea moss line where I usually get my sea moss from her when she's feeling up to it. We're gonna get her up and running too. Hopefully we'll get her back up and running too, so y'all help me help her too. But yeah, so this is our apple pineapple sea moss. Y'all, it is good. It's good to me. It has a light hint of the flavor. It's not like you seasoning your seafood boil, okay? It's sea moss, so really it should taste like sea moss, okay? But you just add the fruit if it makes it better for you to digest, okay? Again, look up your benefits for your sea moss. I love y'all. Y'all remember having great health is wealth. Also, having knowledge is wealth. So share the knowledge. If you have your recipe of sea moss or how you do it, or if you want to give me advice on some things that you saw I did that you would do differently and why, please comment down below. Let me know. Educate me. Again, this is a journey. I'm not opposed to learning. A lot of the things that I tell y'all about, all of the things that I tell y'all about are things that I myself have indulged in, and it has worked for me. Okay, so including juicing in the morning. Anyway, I love y'all. Y'all, that wakes me up. That ginger, it gets me going. And while I'm in the mood, y'all, I'm gonna keep it rolling. I have not been consistent with posting. I haven't even started posting, but I have been recording. I'm gonna keep putting one foot in front of the other. I'm not gonna make any excuses, but at least I'm recording. I'm gonna continue to record. I have about 2 more videos that I'll probably record today. I'm gonna start putting these videos out, y'all. I'm gonna start putting these videos out. Again, I love y'all. Keep shining. Keep lighting the path for others. Keep getting your light from your higher source, and knowing that putting God first, or what you believe in, but putting God first is key. And I can't even say what you believe in, and that's why I kind of had to stop. I know I try to shift my language because I do want to cover a multitude of people, and even those that maybe don't believe maybe can relate to some things that I'm doing over here. And I welcome all, I really do. I welcome all as long as it's with love and peace, but I can only say God for me. So when I say that, I hope I'm not offending anybody over here. That's I reference God because God has done so many things in my life and continues to do them, and I have to give God the glory. Anyway, y'all, enough talking. You have a recipe for sea moss. Now that you get the logistics of how to do it, you can create your own sea moss. But remember, don't add too many things that are don't add anything that is artificial to such a natural, resourceful. This has 92 minerals of the minerals that you need for your body. Okay, 92 minerals. Why would you add junk to like gold? That's crazy. This right here is applesauce gold. Okay, look at it like that. It is really good for you. All you're doing is taking 2 big tablespoons a day. Okay, To me, it helps with digestion. I mean, if you have problems going to the bathroom, I mean, it's gonna hook you up. If you want a more detailed, like, or sit down, or if you have questions specifically about it, just ask me down below, and I'll definitely try to get to them or address them, or maybe do another video that addresses specifics. I am learning, you know, what to say and how to say it to convey it in the best way to you. So this is a learning curve. So there are probably some things that, or some questions that you have that I probably didn't answer, or I kind of went over briefly, or I didn't even address at all. So please just let me know so that I'll know how to better be informative to you. Okay, we're over here to grow together. All right, y'all, I'm gonna put my sea moss in the refrigerator. Again, I've said I love y'all 3 times. I love you again. Stay tuned. Peace.